Hello, I've returned with more Let's Play Unison League. Got more water and I'm ready to go. Advanced Lancers Trial 3, let's go. Prologue. Came to in total darkness. Strangely, I'm not scared or nervous. If anything, I feel almost nostalgic. Nostalgic, as soon as I think of the word, I realize that this is the same as the dream I had when I met King Val. Almost as if they were waiting for me to make this realization, I sensed someone moving towards me into the darkness. To think we'd ever meet again. It must be fate. I thrill at reuniting with King Val once more. However, remorse and regret that I failed to maintain my loyalty to him simultaneously weighed heavily on my heart. Why the long face? Has something happened since then? Do you want to talk about it? Come to think of it, a lot has changed since I met King Val in that dream long ago. Some good, some bad. Take your time. Luckily, time is something we have plenty of. I put together my scattered thoughts as best I can and try to tell him everything. About how I wasn't able to save Philo, about the appearance of being named Alsa, and how we're adventuring around Sagiris to find him. About the things I've lost, about the many new friends I've gained along the way, and finally about Karm, King Val's apprentice. I see. He doesn't seem to affirm or deny anything, rather he simply listens to me talk. Without realizing it, I'd gotten everything I've been repressing out of my system. Still wasn't able to save Philo, even in spite of the advice King Val gave me last time I met him in my dream. In spite of many people I've met and the strength I've gained on this journey. I should have been stronger, and yet I wasn't there when someone needed it the most. I can't get past it. The regret is eating me up inside. So you don't think you were able to live up to your potential, huh? And if that's the case, then what's the point of getting any stronger at all? Strength and power are simply a means, not a purpose. There's no need to cling to them if you don't feel like it. King Val was right, but the feeling of regret and disappointment still cut me through like a knife. I'm determined not to let the same thing happen again. I make sure King Val knows that. I see. He nods with approval as a gentle smile appears across his face. If you told me that you wanted to give up here, I would have left without a word. There's no use giving encouragement to someone who doesn't want it. But what is truly desire to improve yourself. And then I shall bestow upon you this new power. Picks up his weapon as he speaks. Here, take this weapon, Dry Crunch. Show me what you truly believe in. Impressive. You've certainly grown stronger since last time. I believe it's only a matter of time before you're strong enough to fully utilize this power. It's called Val Dragoon. I've used this power to protect my kingdom throughout my entire reign. As King Val speaks, rays of light begin to penetrate into the world of darkness surrounding me. It seems my dream is about to come to an end. I express my gratitude to King Val before I miss my chance. The power is yours. Put it to good use. I acknowledge his advice with a large nod. I see I needn't waste my time worrying about you any longer. Now I just have Karm to worry over. May I ask you to deliver a message for me? On awakening from my dream, I see Karm tending the fire. The snap and crackle of burning firewood puts me at ease. You awake, Dry Crunch? You still have some time before I need you to step in for me. You can sleep longer if you need it. Karm speaks kindly, but I must deliver King Val's message. It's better to tell him sooner rather than later. I sit down across the fire from Karm. His face appears to flicker through the dancing flames. What's with all the staring? Do I have something on my face? Karm looks skeptical as I explain the dream that I met King Val in my dream. You're seriously telling me you saw King Val? It's impossible. Karm looks deep in thought for a split second, but within a flash, he's leaped to his feet and already grabbing a spear. If he really taught you a new technique, let's see you prove it right here. The way Karm holds his spear is nearly the exact same way King Val held his in my dream. I grab my own weapon by way of response. Let's go. Still a bit rough around the edges, but I've seen enough to know. Seems you really are telling the truth about learning that from King Val himself. If that's the case, then I really need to think about the message of his. Don't worry about anything. Just look at the world around you. I know I've caused him nothing but worry. Karm's expression makes it seem like a load has been lifted from his mind. Well, either way, I guess this is yours now, Dry Crunch. You officially wield the power of a Val Dragoon. Carm hands me a single brooch. I get the feeling that the true power of this brooch will bestow upon me only once I truly understand King Val and Carm's feelings. The fight is far from over. Let's both pledge to move forward with vigilance. Agreed. Advanced Archers Trial 3. That day I was helping Mariel look for an important treasure she'd lost. I'm sorry to involve you in all this. I tell her to not worry about it, besides she'd do the same for me. I usually keep it in my pouch and I never let it leave my sight, but I guess I must have dropped it somewhere around the forest. Look, here. There's a big hole in my pouch. I guess I must have snagged it on something. Mariel looks terribly sad. Her treasured pendant was gone. It's easy to see just how important it was to her. The village I grew up in isn't actually my hometown. When I was little, I got caught up in something terrible and separated from my siblings ever since. They should all have one of these pendants too. It symbolizes our familial bond. Knowing that, now even more imperative we find the pendant as soon as possible. I've already searched around here, I think, but not over there. My eyes trail over to the deep of the forest. Dry Crunch, look, over there! Swarm monsters was coming this way, right where Mariel was pointing. To make matters worse, they were in a violent frenzy. Do you think we can defeat them together? Dry Crunch, there are so many of them. We could fight them, but Mariel isn't wrong about the numbers. If we broke them all, we sure to get pulled into a nasty battle. Just as I was getting ready to suggest we beat a retreat, the words got caught in my throat. I noticed that one of the monsters is holding something shiny. Mariel furrows her brow when I tell her, that must be it. That must be my pendant. We knew what we had to do. Dry Crunch, lend me a hand. It's now or never. Things devolved into full-blown chaos. The fight was simply put a manic scrap. It was all but impossible to go after any single target, and the monster we were after managed to escape in a frenzy. If we don't do something, that monster is gonna get away with my pendant. Mariel yells out of sadness. My thoughts race as I try to figure out what to do. Just then, a feeling washes over me like I've never felt before. It's almost like I'm looking over the entire scene from above. The monster that stole the pendant may have put some distance between us, but I know in an instant exactly how and where to aim to take it down. I only had one shot, but that was more than enough. I'm certain it was this monster. The monster was flat on the floor, but by the time we reach it, the pendant has already been taken off by someone else. Pendant, where could it be? There were no more clues to be had. Mariel slumps in disappointment. Dry Crunch, thank you so much for all your help. Will you please take this as a token of my gratitude? It's a brooch imbued with the wisdom of a Avilium. We call it Hawkeye. The teachings and knowledge of the Avilium run through it. It's said that it can't be worn by anyone who doesn't have a deep connection with them. I saw that shot you made earlier, Dry Crunch. That was almost certainly a glimpse of the power called Hawkeye. One day, I have no doubt you will come to master it fully. I thank her and accept the brooch, that feeling I experienced earlier. I sense that this brooch will come in handy once I learn to control it completely. Mariel manages to contort a smile, but it's easy to see how sad she really is inside. Just then I remember that I saw what looked like the same exact pendant only recently. Remember someone who may have been Mariel's brother picking it up, in fact, and that he had a similar one on his own. I also remember someone else who had a similar pendant. I decided to tell Mariel all I know, hoping that it will lift her spirits. I see. I tell her that if she is interested, I may be able to find the mystery pair and talk to them. No, just knowing they're out there is fine. Besides, even if I manage to find them now, there would be no way for me to prove to them that I'm their sister. We have been apart for far too long, and now that I'm grown, the only way to prove our connection would be through none other than that very pendant. Besides, I actually know what my younger brother looks like and where he is. I was able to speak with him during the battle in Granvia. I don't think he knew who I was, though. That's why I absolutely need that pendant to prove to them that we are siblings. Sadly, that pendant was the one thing we didn't have, but at least Mariel had cheered up a bit. If I ever manage to find that pendant, I'll certainly be asking for your help again, Drag. Until then, if you see them again, please don't tell my brothers what we're doing. I prefer to keep it a secret for now. Mariel smiles cheerfully. She might be alone now, but I quietly pray that she is soon reunited to laugh and smile once more with her siblings. Wholesome. Alright, seems I got more stuff to do. Next video, I will be going over more of the subquest stories and reading them to you guys. Catch you guys in the next video. Peace to Crispy, everybody. Bye.